Hello Virgo, welcome to your reading for November. This is for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. Please make sure you check all your placements to get a clear picture of what's going on for you at this time. As always, this is a general reading. It may or may not resonate for all of you. Please take the bits that do resonate and leave the rest behind for somebody else. Alright, Virgo, I am primarily a love reader. That's what I'm going to focus on. If anything else pops up, I will address it, of course. And if this reading does indeed resonate with you, then any interaction with it will be appreciated. I'm going to be looking at your past, present, future, starting off with some oracle cards. Towards the end of the reading, I will be rolling dice to get some initials and sun signs and angel numbers for you. So make sure you stick around for that. Alrighty, let's see what we have, Virgo, in the recent past. We have the Merchant, self-worth and trade. I don't know who got this before you. I can't remember for the life of me. But there is this focus on one's identity, on one's self-worth, especially because the north node of the moon has moved into Aries and the south into Libra. Aries is the individual. This is your identity, your physical body, your temperament, your personality, right? And Libra is the sign of connections. The north node is what we're striving to achieve. It is our future path, right? It's almost like we're understanding where we end and the other person begins, right? Within intimate relationships, sometimes it can be very difficult and we merge together. We kind of blur together, right? And that's not always healthy. It's always best to be independent within a healthy connection so that it can be long lasting. But with trade, I feel like this could be the Justice card or the Six of Pentacles. There has to be a balance within a connection. There could have been an imbalance previously. We will see. We have the Knight of Wands, taking action, taking charge. I don't know if this is you or somebody else. But we have the Chariot. This is movement again. A lot of cards of movement. We have the Knight of Swords, which hasn't been showing up much previously. And then we have Judgment with the Six of Pentacles. There it is, with the Ten of Wands, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Ace of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Right off the bat, there's a lot of passion here. There's a lot of drive here to achieve something within this connection. There was a lot of communication, a lot of movement. There could have been travel for some of you. It's supercharged. I'm getting that it was supercharged because you saw the potential in something. And for some of you, this could have been something that came back from the past because of Judgment. It could also be that there was a sudden awareness of the importance of this connection within you or within the other person. This is very active. It's very active energy. There's no silence here. Maybe there was too much activity. That could be a possibility as well. That's not always a good thing. It's not always a good thing. The Nine of Swords. There could have been trust issues as well. The Knight of Wands can be someone with a wandering eye. I don't know if you had anything to be concerned about per se, but there was definitely, I don't know if this person was unfaithful. I'm not going to say they were, but there was a fear that they will become for some of you. The Chariot with the King of Wands. Yeah, the King and the Knight of Wands pretty much have the same archetype of being the life of the party, being someone very charming, very magnetic, a people's person, someone who is very outgoing. I don't know if this is you or if it's them, but the Six of Cups. I feel that regardless of the differences between the two of you, it's possible that you were an introvert, they were an extrovert, vice versa. Whatever the differences between the two of you, there has been a lot of love and passion here. There has been a soul connection here that is very hard to shake. It's almost like you were constantly trying to adjust yourselves with each other, right? While embracing your own identities. Which is why the lecture I gave you in the beginning of the reading is very important. We have the Six of Wands and the Knight of Swords. But I do feel that during communications, during conversations, there was always this touch of wanting to one-up each other. I can't shake that. It's almost like you both had to be right. There's a sense of pride. Let's get one more. The Ace of Wands. Bottom of the deck, we have Justice. There it is. The scales again with the Ten of Swords and the Two of Wands. Did pride take over? That's my question to you. While you were trying very hard to maintain that balance, did pride take over? There's a big difference between individuality and pride. There's a big difference between self-worth and pride. Sometimes that pride can cause a wedge between two people. I feel regardless of the love here, regardless of the soul tie here, regardless of the passion and attraction here, there was something here that made you two very different from each other. And maintaining that balance within this connection was pretty difficult. Let's see what's happening in the present. We have the Musician, inspiration and gratitude. Beautiful. Feel like, oh, that wanted to reveal itself. I'm going to keep it here. It wanted to stay back. You're still dealing with some kind of pain, but the good thing is you're not letting it hold you back. You're letting it inspire you. Or at least you need to make sure you're not letting it hold you back. The Eight of Swords is being stuck in your head. We have the Knight turning into a King. That's control. That could be coldness. And then we have the Hierophant. With the Lovers at the bottom of the deck, I'm telling you, there is a lot of love here. There is an intention to make this permanent. There is an intention of higher commitment. But it's my way or the highway. Where is the compromise? It's a fine line, Virgo. There's a very fine line here. What have I been talking about? Individuation, autonomy, independence within a connection. It's very, very important. It's very important. I feel like I can't explain it. I'm not being able to explain this energy. The Queen of Wands. I feel like you guys weren't understanding the difference between being independent and throwing your weight around in the relationship. If you are with another person, right, I understand maintaining your own identity, which is what I spoke about initially. But because you are in relation to another person, empathy and compassion have to be front and center. Otherwise, you're just two completely different people who are not looking eye to eye. You're not seeing eye to eye. There is a my way or the highway kind of energy here that I don't love. King of Pentacles. With the Death card, the High Priestess and the Queen of Swords. The Fool. I feel like you're both being reckless here. You are both being very reckless here. And I feel like you're both taking each other for granted. You realize you can't do without each other. You realize there's a lot of love here. You realize there's a lot that's happened in the past that's not going to be easy for you to let go of. Right? But because you're taking each other for granted, because you feel that no one's going anywhere, you're both acting foolishly. I'm sorry. There is a divine match here. We got the King and the Queen of Wands. We got the King and the Queen of Swords. So there is stability. There is, some of you may be married to each other. There is a lot of permanence here. But within that box of permanence, I feel like there's a lot of chaos. The King of Swords again. I want this coldness to go away. The Page of Wands. Bottom of the deck, the Five of Swords. This is self-sabotaging energy. I don't know if this is you carrying it or it's your person carrying it, but it's like you're just thinking of the now. Oh, we're together now, right? Nothing can take us apart now. But if this discomfort lasts too long, it's going to become a pattern where eventually you or them or both of you will get sick of it. I don't see the Hanged Man at all. I wish I had seen the Six of Pentacles more. I wish I had seen the Justice card more, right? This fine line that I've been talking about between pride and individuality, it can very, very easily be blurred. Oh, I am who I am. Take it or leave it. No, that's not how it works. It works if you're single and you're looking. Yes, it works. But if you're already in a commitment, it doesn't work. We have the Priest in the future, perseverance and faith. The good thing is that neither of you want to give up on each other. I appreciate that. I respect that. But in this process of not giving up on each other, what template are you following? The Empress, beautiful. Ace of Pentacles, wonderful. And the Emperor with the Empress, how wonderful is this energy? Finally, you're giving me something nice to work with here, Virgo. Bottom of the deck, I have the Seven of Pentacles with the Nine of Pentacles, the Nine of Wands, and the Star with the King of Wands. There is healing here. There is, you see, the individuality between the Emperor and the Empress, but at the same time being on the same level as each other. Not thinking you're better than the other person and vice versa. Right? You're both on the same level. And that is what is going to lead to this happy new beginning. I'm finally seeing a balance. I'm finally seeing perseverance, not for perseverance's sake, but faith in each other, faith in this connection. Finally getting over both of yourselves. Sorry, I'm an honest reader. The Three of Swords, yeah. There has been pain here. I can't ignore that. Yes. But just make sure you're not using that pain as armor. Alright, Virgo? It can be very easy for us to victimize ourselves and point the finger at the other person. But at the end of the day, it's two people in a connection. And it's not always just one person's fault. So understand where you went wrong. Understand how you may have contributed to that upheaval. And you will be in a much stronger place to save this connection than you were earlier. The Lovers with the Ace of Pentacles, that speaks for itself. This is strong. It's a very strong connection. It's a very strong relationship, which is why we're still here. And the Nine of Cups with the Emperor. And the Four of Swords. Beautiful. There's healing. There's a wish fulfilled. There is a new start in love. The Ace of Cups and Pentacles. I just wish I had seen the Hanged Man, but it's all right, even if we haven't. Saturn is going direct in Pisces. Pisces is the Hanged Man energy. Pisces is compassion and empathy. When Saturn was retrograding within that sign, it made us very staunch. It made us a little cold. It made us a little difficult to reach, you know. Even for our own selves, it could have been difficult for us to dig deep within. Now it's going to get a whole lot easier, right? So trust this, trust the process, and focus on compassion. Pisces, I have been talking about Saturn and Pisces. Saturn and Neptune are both retrograding there. So our spiritual world, our subconscious mind, our dream state, our nightmares, they can all be affected. But once these planets, Saturn on the 4th of November and Neptune on December 6th, once they start moving direct, then that part of your chart, the Pisces part of your chart, is going to feel a whole lot better. Otherwise, you may have Pisces heavily, or your person might. Doesn't have to be. Then we have Pluto. Pluto has very recently turned direct, thank God, in the sign of Capricorn on the 10th of October. It was in retrograde for almost 6 to 7 months. And Pluto is the planet of transformation, right? This is shadow. This is all of that gunk that had to be brought up to the surface to be healed. That transformation now is finally in your hands. And we have the number 8. This could indicate your 8th house. It could talk about you doing your taxes. I know, very random, but look into your taxes. This could also talk about intimacy, right? It could talk about intimate relations with another person. Make sure that that is not the core of your relationship, right? physical attraction and sensuality are absolutely wonderful, and they are needed to keep a relationship alive and healthy. That's not the core of the relationship. This is a spiritual connection. It goes way beyond biology. All right. If you have been seeing 888 a lot, it talks about balance, literal balance. It means that everything is falling into place as it was meant to be. Give it time. I don't want the scales to be disbalanced again for both of you. All right. You're both on equal footing here. As for the initials, we have the letters N, we have F, P, A, X, R, and the letter D. These could be your initials, they could be the initials of the person you're dealing with. Doesn't have to be, but just a special mention for those of you who've seen your initials here today. All right, beautiful reading. See it through. There's a lot of love here. There's a lot of passion here. Just don't throw your weight around. All right, practice patience and balance and grace. That was it, Virgo. I hope this helped. I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Pardon me. I was just clearing up the table, and you remember the Ace of Cups was right here. I just did this to see. I repeated myself and I said I wished I had seen the Hanged Man, and I have. You guys will be just fine. Don't worry about it. Things are going to balance themselves out, but you have to play an active role in that balance. All right? See you, Virgo.